All right, let's start the session. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the How to Be a QA Engineer session that organized by Infotech College of Business and IT. I welcome you all for this session, and yeah, so today we are going to talk about how to be a QA engineer. And First of all, let me introduce about ourselves. My name is Sandhu Divya, and I'm the host for this session. I'll give a brief introduction about the Infotech College of Business and IT. So we are a government registered leading online education provider in Sri Lanka, and we have produced over 5,000 industry professionals to the industry, and we have more than 10, 15 courses that leading courses that we provide for the industry professionals, which is the main course is the University of Colombo School of Computing Foundation FIT course. That's our main course, and there are so many courses throughout the industry that we provide to our students. Yeah, and okay, the best investment you can make in your life in yourself. Uh, I'll tell this in Sinhala as well. Hari, අපි අපේ ජීවිතේ throughout our life අපි ගොඩක් ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට්ස් කරනවා. සමහරු කියනවා ක්‍රිප්ටෝ වල දාන්න, ක්‍රිප්ටෝ වල ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරන්න, එහෙම නැත්නම් ගෝල්ඩ් වල ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරන්න, ස්ටොක් මාකට් එකේ ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරන්න. But මම හිතන්නේ සහ අපි දැකලා තියෙන විදිහට හොඳම ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් එක තමයි තමන්ට කරගන්න ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් එක. මොකද ඒකට හේතුව තමන්ට ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරගත්තොත් අපේ ජීවිතේ අපිට ඕනම වෙලාවක අපිට ඒකෙන් ප්‍රයෝජනය ගන්න පුළුවන්. උදාහරණයක් කියන්නම් අපි ක්‍රිප්ටෝ වල හරි වෙන ගෝල්ඩ් වල හරි එහෙම නැත්නම් ස්ටොක් මාකට් එකේ හරි අපි ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරොත් අපි ඇත්තටම අපි කවදාවත් දැකලා නැති මිනිස්සෙක් ගන්න ඩිසිෂන්ස් වලට එහෙම නැත්නම් ලෝකේ පොලිටික්ස් වල ගන්න ඩිසිෂන්ස් වලට අපි ඒකෙන් ඩිපෙන්ඩ් වෙන්න වෙනවා. හැබැයි අපි අපිට ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරගත්තොත් අපි කාටවත් ඩිපෙන්ඩ් වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. අපි වැඩෙක් කියලා අපි නොලෙජබල් කියලා අපි ස්කිල්ෆුල් කියලා අපි දැනගත්තොත් අපි එතරින් එහාට අපේ ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එක අපිට හදාගන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් ඒක තමයි අපි අපිට ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරගන්න එකේ තියෙන වැදගත්කම. That's what I wanted to tell you in Sinhala as well. මොකද හේතුව දැන් මේ ස්ලයිඩ් එකෙන් පේනවා වගේ අපේ IT ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එක ගත්තොත් reality of IT industry there are so many people, so many undergraduates specifically they are waiting to enter the industry. අපිට හැමදාම calls messages එනවා ඉන්ටර්න් හරි ජොබ් ඔප්චුනිටි එකක් තියෙනවද ඒ වගේ ගොඩාක් දේවල් අහලා ඉතින් ඒක අපි කොහොමද ඒගොල්ලොන්ට ප්‍රොවයිඩ් කරන්නේ ඒගොල්ලොන් වෙනුවෙන් ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරලා නැත්තම් ඒගොල්ලොන්ගේ ස්කිල්ස් ඒගොල්ලොන්ගේ ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ්ස් ඒගොල්ලෝ ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකට හරියන විදියට හදාගෙන නැත්තම් ඉතින් ඕක තමයි මේ වෙලාවේ අපි කරන්නේ මොකද මේ වෙලාවේ AI විශේෂයෙන්ම AI එක්ක so with the AI integrations we have to update to the industry. I think practical skills වගේම professional skills අපිට ඕන වෙනවා industry standards වලට දාගන්න. ඉතින් මොකද ගොඩක් අය හිතනවා okay finally I'm graduated time to get my job graduate වුණ ගමන් job එක හම්බ වෙයි කියලා. ඇත්තටම එහෙම නෑ. මොකද අපිට එන messages calls වලට අහද්දි ඒක නෙමෙයි reality එක. ඉතින් ඩිග්‍රී එක කියන්නේ ඔයාට හොඳ pathway එකක්. නමුත් ඒ හා සමානවම simultaneously you need to do some other qualifications and some other industry standards as well. So when you get a degree you will get the knowledge, but when you get a professional qualification, which we are going to talk today, you will get knowledge, exposure to the real world, the industry recognitions, and employment. Because I'll tell you one thing. Professional qualifications කියන්නේ you will get the access to the if you're doing a professional qualification in world renowned professional course provider, you will get access to um, uh, the world renowned industry professionals. So ඔගොල්ලොන්ට ඒගොල්ලොත් එක්ක ඔගොල්ලෝ ඒ ලෙවල් එකට වැටෙනවා. අපි කියන්නේ අර කතාවට කියන්නේ අපි මිලියනර්ස්ලා 5 දෙනෙක් එක්ක අපි හිටියොත් ඊළඟ මිලියනය අපි වෙනව කියලා ඒ වගේ තමයි ඕගොල්ලෝ ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් ක්වොලිෆිකේෂන් එකක් කරොත් ඒ ලෙවල් එකට අපිව ඔටෝමැටිකලි ඒ ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් බොඩි එකෙන් හදනවා කියලා අපිට එක්ස්පීරියන්සස් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් අපි වැඩි කතා බහ නැතුව අපි ඒ වගේ ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් කෙනෙක්ගෙන් අහලා බලමු. Let's ask from industry professional, Miss Dulari Keenath. So she is here. She's a ISTQB certified tester. So this session is all about the how to be a QA engineer. So she's a certified International Software Testing Qualification Board certified professional. So you can ask anything about her. So she will be your lecturer for this course. Actually, how to be a QA engineer. So. Over to you, ma'am, Miss Dulari Keenath.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone. Hope I am audible to you guys.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm here today in order to introduce what QA and how this profession works and what you can get out from all the qualifications and everything that we have out there. So before starting, I'll introduce myself, like who I am. So I'm Dulari, and I have been working in this industry for like almost 6+ years now. And I have graduated. I have completed my bachelor's from both IIT and also from University of Sri Jayawardhanapura at the same time. And I have completed my MBA from University of Moratuwa related to management of technology. And also I have certified with two professionals like a certification ISTQB. One is the foundation level in 2020, and back in 2025 I completed the specialized in AI testing. Yeah, and when it comes to my professional work, or the career that I've been working, or the work that I've been doing, so I'm working for 99X basically, and I've been working there ever since when I'm in, like I joined as an intern, and now I'm working as associate QA lead there. And I have been working for mainly the Norwegian project, and other than that, I I'm working as a consultant for the United, like US, couple of projects as well. Mainly, if you might familiar with, it's 911. So I'm working on one of their software providers as well, other than the 99X. Yeah, and that's pretty much basically about myself. And I'll just share my screen and we'll go through like what are the benefits of doing this exam, like certification, and what's the career path look like, and how you have to climb this ladder, and all the details. Yeah. Okay, I hope you can see my screen as well. Yes, take that as yes. Okay, so the agenda today is I have already introduced myself, and the agenda today will be like we'll start from what is QA and why we need QA, and also what is this ISTQB examination and why you need this, and like what are the topics that we are going to cover throughout the lecturing sessions. And I have the schedule, so I'll show that as well, and we'll share a couple of exam details, and we'll have the Q&A session next. So In order to start, like, what is QA and why QA? So there's a before talking about like what is QA, there's a myth in the society saying like when it comes to IT industry, okay, developers are the like main people, and like QA, if you're a QA, it's not much of a big deal. Like that, there are a lot of myths, and like there are myths. If you are a QA, you have to be an expert in automation. The manual testing doesn't work, and like that, we have like lot of myths and assumptions and everything. Maybe those are from outside the industry, but as well as inside the industry as well. But let me tell you, there are like QA people which earn more than developers and which are valued in the company and the industry more than the developers. That's up to, like, as the previous speaker told, that's up to the skills that you have, you provide to the company. So based on that, like based on who you are, your value will define. It's not about whether you're a developer, whether you're a UI UX engineer. It's not anything that whether you like have like 2 to 3 bachelors, 2 to 3 MBAs. No, it's not that. It's like who you are and what qualifications you have and what skills you bring to the table. And with that, we'll talk about what's this QAs, or the software quality assurance is. So basically, when we introduce, so we'll talk about all these things like the basic concepts of QA when it comes to the lecturing sessions. But basically, I'll just introduce like what this QA is. So when it comes to the QA, we have basically two parts we are talking about. One is QA, and the other one is QC, which is QA means quality assurance, and the QC is quality control. The QA basically based on like checking the quality throughout a process, but the QC is basically about like you check the quality of a product. So when it comes to the software industry, these days, like back in the days, we have been using several the development life cycles models, like for an example, the waterfall and all of those. And but now we are basically all of us are using agile. So with the agile model, now we don't use the QC part. We always have the QA. Why? Because when we do the quality assurance throughout the process, it'll easy for us to find all the defects, and also the major part is we will be reducing the cost of the production in like more than 50%. So it's not the developers, it's not the BS, it's just the QA who has the power in this particular life cycle, or the software development life cycle. So for an example, let's say if you're a QA and if you miss something like which is very tiny, for an example, there's a like a change in your logo. As a QA, it's your job or your duty in order to identify that change and report that, or like take action on that as soon as possible. But if you think like, ah, it's just a logo, it's just a tiny thing, you don't have to worry about it, you'll be done, like you'll be doomed. So it's not like that. We have to pay attention to details. Like we are the people who like think out of the box, just go through everything you have, ask question, be curious, and everything about it. So if you just like let go that particular issue to the production level, like a tiny change in the logo, that's going to affect your company reputation, the brand they have built, the customers that they have been working with for so many years, which means it's going to cost a lot to you and to the company itself. Like you might be, but by changing that particular thing, or by noticing that particular thing, you might be saving like lots of millions to the company, even without you knowing it. So it's that's important, like that's the importance that we have in the industry as QA. So For an example, let's say like a developer do something, some issue, like developer do like something, and then something has broken in the system. But the customers or like our product owners won't come and ask from the developers. They directly come and ask from the QA members, because we are the one who release the product. So it's basically the QA are the ones who gives the green light to the process. Okay, so this is the green light means it's with like minimum amount of blood, like the bugs, and we are ready to go to the production. So we are the people who give the green light. So it's us who are the ones who handling the critical point of the process. It's not the developers, not the product managers, not the BAs, not the UX people, nobody else. It's just us. So we do have a huge value, and as well as that, we have a huge responsibility in this process, being in the industry as well. But unfortunately, the current syllabus that we have in all the IT degrees, we don't much talk about the QAs. I've been lecturing for this bit as well. So there we have only two modules: the basic QA where we teach the concept, and the QA in practice where we like talk about the automation and what are the other concepts, and we do practical sessions. So that's pretty much about it. And it's not a fault in the course modules as well. They're covering the basic concept that we have to have. But in order to get the professional knowledge and everything, we have to go through these professional certificates and exams as well. And when we talk about the career path of the QA, so basically the current industry, we start from the intern. It's basically up to 6 months or 9 months, and that depend on your skills, your performance, and how valuable you can be to the company. And after that, some companies, if you have a degree, they'll be just pushing you to the engineer level. If not, you have to go through the associate engineer and the engineer level. And then we will be having the senior engineer, the lead, the associate lead, the lead, the senior lead, the architect, associate architect, and the QA principals or the QA manager or the head of QA. So that's the maximum that you can reach, like, or the climb through the ladder. And other than this basic QA path, we have other alternative as well, the specializations that you can obtain. The QA who is specialized in automation, the QA who is specialized in performance testing, the QA who's specialized in security testing, the QA who's specialized. These days now we have, like, with the AI and all, we have another path that has been created. The QA who's specialized in AI testing. So now this world goes towards the AI. So as QAs, we should just go through that path as well. So we have to have the AI knowledge and how to test AI. It's another art, I would say, testing an AI. So there are other concepts where we have like a lot of terms and everything in order to be a AI tester as well. So I'll not be talking about that AI part specifically, but in order to go there also, you have to have the foundations of being a QA person. Basically, you have to complete the foundation, or you have to keep the first step in order to go to the fifth or sixth steps that there is. So this particular session and the course session is basically you guys, or you people, the students, or like, we'll be taking the first step to be the QA with all the concepts, the professional knowledge, and what need to be done as a QA. So let's take the first step and be a valuable QA to any of the companies, or like basically to the industry that we are going to go. And when it comes to the earning potential, as I talk about like earlier as well, there are a lot of myths saying like, oh, if you're a QA, you'll be earning a little. No, it's not like that. There are QA, Like there are a lot of QAs out there who earns more than the project manager, the developer, the architect, and everyone else out there in the team. The QA is the one who will be earning more. Why? Because that resource or he or she provides some skill sets, the professional values, which are really valuable to the customers or to the product or the project that we have been working on. So it's not like we earn like a little less, but it's like we can earn more if we have this right skill set to provide or like to put to the table. And also it's not like the salary will not be depend on the title that you are in. So there are some uh, associate level engineers. I'll take that as well, like associate lead level engineers who earn more than the rest of associate lead. So it's not about the title, it's not about any of this, it's just about the person and what you bring to the table, as I always mention. And what is this ISTQB certification is? This is a global recognition certificate where like this will be acceptable and respected over like across 100 different countries, 100 plus different countries. And this is the basic qualification that they ask when you apply for a job and when you go for an interview, because with this ISTQB they cover everything from the basic to the advanced, which needs to be there as a QA engineer, like every skills. So when it comes to especially the Europe and the US, they really value this certification level, especially the Europes, because I've been working for Europe for like 6 plus years. And the Scandinavian countries, the especially the Norway and all of those, so they value the certificates more than anything. So when they want any engineer or any resource, QA resource from our office, they always ask for like, okay, do they have this certificate? Because they really have high hopes on the people who has this certificate, because it's they know like, okay, if this person has these certificates, it's about it's more about like they know what they're doing. And the structure of the foundation level is basically we'll be covering all the testing fundamentals. We'll be starting from the basics, like basics things like what is QA, what is QC, what is the process, and what are the fundamentals of testing, what is SDLC, and also what are the design techniques of testing, what are the testing techniques, what are the test management techniques, or the basic concepts that we have, how to write a test case, how to write like scenarios, how to identify the scenarios, what should be included in the test case, and what are the test matrices, and all of these things we'll be studying in this foundation level as well. So if you were able to get the certification, if you can go through the syllabus and you pass through the exams is not that hard, and also it's not easy as you guys think as well. So if you can go through and get the certification cleared out, so it's gonna be like you gonna have a turning point in your career, because the people that gonna hire you, they know if you have if you have completed this certification, they know that you are a person who knows something about this field, this industry, or these professions. So they don't have to like build you from the scratch, because you have the skeleton already built. So they'll be helping you in order to like take the best out from you, but they don't have to build all the basic structures and everything within yourself. Because once you complete this, they know, okay, this person has the basics. And this is a very, like, I would say this is one of the best qualification, or like the best qualification that you can do in order to have the recognition and also the career growth as well. So once you clear off these foundational level exams, suppose if you want to be like if you want to go to the specializations path, for an example, let's say you want to go for the automation, you want to go for the performance testing, you want to go for the security testing and for the AI testing or mobile testing, whatever that is, you can do, and like you can just complete or clear off the other path as well, because in order to complete any of the other examination, you have to start from the foundation. So once you completed it, you can obviously choose, because we'll be teaching all the basics of whatever the performance, the automation and everything there as well. So it'll be easy for you to understand, okay, what I really want to be or what my interests are on. So whether I need to be the performance engineer, whether I need to be the security engineer or whatnot. So it'll be easy to like structure or like build your path as well, like the career path as well. And what we will be covering from this course, it's the basic. We have a few topics. Just let me share that as well. I'll stop sharing for the moment and I'll reshare my screen. Okay, I'm sharing the screen again. Okay, I hope you can see the screen. All right, so this is the study plan that we have prepared. And this is basically when it comes to the examination, it will be for we all gonna come under the non-native English category. So we'll be having 75 minutes, and this is gonna be MCQ paper. But don't think like, okay, I can just randomly check or like randomly select answers. It's gonna be easy as my A levels or like O levels MCQ that we've been doing. No, it's not like that. So the structure of this exam is very tricky. Basically, all four answers will be correct, obvious. When it comes to when it comes to a question, the all four answers will be correct, but they'll be giving you points only if you can choose the most appropriate or like most relevant answer. So it's not because you select the correct answer, they're going to give you the marks. It's like you have to select because all the four answers are going to be correct as always. So you have to correct what's the best. So in that, it's going to be very tricky. And when you read through the answers also, almost all the answers sounds familiar. Like it's just, you might feel like it's just the same, but it's not the same. So in order to like just be familiar with the pattern, we have to have do a couple of like uh, dummy exams or like past papers or all of those. So we'll be doing that as well, we'll be covering that as well. And under each module we will be taking like 10 to 15 minutes, and we will be covering another like every day we will be covering the Q&A session or like sort of a dummy exams or like any like any quiz, I would say a quiz session as well. So we'll be having that under each and every module as well. So basically it comes with six topics, the main topics, and this is the weight that we have for each and every topic in the exams, which means from the first topic, the fundamental of testing, you'll be getting 8 questions, and this is the practice that they have been following for fast, I think 10 to 15 years. So this was the pattern. So it's going to be the same in next couple of years as well until they announce a change. Likewise, we have like these techniques. It's the most important topic that you have to learn, and also the testing techniques is the most. important skill that you have to have as a QA as well. So from that we'll be having 11 questions in the exam papers, and likewise we will be having all these topics and the weight I have mentioned like this as well. And under each and every topic, so we will be studying like the basics of what those are, like when it comes to the fundamental testing, what is the error, the defect, the failure, the root cause. Okay, the error, defect, failure. When it comes to English, it sounds the same, right? The error, same. Defect, same. The failure, same. But when it comes to the profession as a QA, it's not going to be the same. Those three words emphasize three different things. It's just three different things. And when you learn that, in your normal life also you won't be feeling the error, defect and failure as the same anymore. And we have the verification and the validation, the principles, testing principles. We're going to cover all of those. And the part the chapter 2 will be having the test management, the roles, the how to implementation, the test activist, like the test plan, basically the planning, monitoring, analysis and all of those, and the skills that you have to have as a tester. uh, so this is something like out from the syllabus. From my experience, in order to become a good QA engineer, you have to have patient, number one, and then a great communication skills. Because as my with my personal experience, I have met developers who doesn't like it's just people. It's a diversity world, right? So there are people who doesn't want to accept that something was caused by their implementation, or like something was caused by their mistake. There are a lot of people out there like that. They don't want to accept it. They don't like to accept it. So something in their ego might trigger when you go and talk to them. So I have met hundreds of different developers like that. So, and there's a norm, like, if you're a Q and if there's a developer, they're gonna always fight. That was the case back in the days. The QA are the enemies of developer, developers are the enemies of QA. But it's all those things will depend on you, basically, on the QA. If you can communicate in a right way, at the right moment, with the right tone, you gonna definitely have the developers as your best friend. And it's just gonna be like, if you come up with a bug, if you have the bad communication strategy, if you come up with a bug, they'll be say like, oh no, this is working in my PC, or this is working in my machine, or this is a feature that we are gonna add, or this is just ignore it. You might get answers like that. But if you're gonna go with the correct communication strategy, they'll definitely say, oh yeah, I didn't notice it. I might have missed that. I'll look into that and I'll just send you a fix within next couple of hours. So that's gonna change from ignoring you, or like don't want to talk to a QA, to like they're gonna accept whatever you're gonna say. So these things are very useful and very valuable when it comes to the profession, like the QA as a profession as well. And we will be covering other like how we approach the individual people in the team as well, and also we'll go through the SDLC, and we'll be learning about the models that we have, the testing levels, the testing types, and also like the DevOps, the continuous testing, TDD, BDD, and all of those things as well in the third chapter. And we have the static testing, which is like basically the testing divided into two part, static and the dynamic. So we'll be identify what other static testings are, which is also very valuable when it comes to the specification, the reviewing the specification documents, or like if you are gonna go as an audit for the company, or if you gonna go and support the audit systems, or like if you're gonna go and support in order to like create the policy document of the software or whatever the product that you're working on. So this static testing gonna help you a lot. And then we have the testing techniques, where we will be covering all the testing techniques that we have. And these testing techniques we cover under 2 weeks, because it's a quite little bit weighted chapter. So you'll be covering the black box testing and the white box testing separately during these 2 weeks. And also we might be adding another testing techniques week as well, in order to identify the user stories, how we apply all these techniques, learn testing techniques to the real life, like real world scenario, how you apply. So in order to have that, we might have to have another week also, but that always depends. And we will be having the test management activities, for an example, the planning, the risk analysis, all the documents that you have to have, or you have to create when it comes to the professional life as a QA. So as a QA, I as I mentioned, we are the we play the critical role in the process. And with that, there are a lot of documentations that we have to prepare from the start to the end. And based on that only, the product owner or the customer is going to have a clear understanding about what they are saying, or what they are going to go and give, or what they are going to release to their clients based on the documents that we prepare. So in order to prepare those documents, we have to have a very good knowledge about the domain, what we are working on, and what we have been doing throughout the process. So how to prepare those documents, we'll be covering under managing text activities part as well, because we have to have all these the Venn diagrams, the chart, and everything. And when we are handing over a product, tested product, we have to give a proof. Okay, these are the test cases we tested. These are the one passed. These are the bugs against these test cases. So we have to get we have to do a couple of calculations as well. So this is the bug count or bug weight against the test cases that we've been working on. Likewise, we have to prepare a lot of things in order to get the better understanding, in order to give the better understanding to our customers. And there are a couple of tools that we can use in order to do all these documentations and everything. So that we will be talking separately in another week. And as for the last week, last 2 weeks we'll be having the revisions or the past paper sessions, in order to catch up with the exams, and to mm, read to make you ready uh, to just go ahead with the speed, because as I mentioned, we have 75 minutes when it comes to the examination, foundation examination. But trust me, this 75 minutes gonna go within within a snap. It's gonna go like you don't feel like the time flies when you have the paper on your hand, because it just take a lot of time for you to understand. If you're not prepared well, it's really hard for you to get through. So as I mentioned, it's the exam is hard, but it's not that hard if you have prepared yourself. So we will be discussing the past papers for 2 weeks, or sort of a mock examination. So with the time, we'll see whether we can do a one session, or with a two session, or if possible, I would like to do three sessions as well if the time permits. Yeah. So this is the structure that we are gonna have, or we are gonna uh, go ahead for the next couple of weeks before the exams as well. Yep. And let me go back to the previous presentation that I have. Okay. Hope you can see the screen again. Yeah. And the lecture schedules, I think that has been already communicated. So we'll be starting from 12th July, and the time might be vary, and the plan will be the same as what I have shared earlier as well. And the course plan and everything. So we will be, as mentioned, as discussed, we will be doing uh, the sessions. Like every week, we'll be covering every topic, or the same topic in 2 weeks of time. But after each and every session, we will be having 10 to 15 minutes a quiz. We will be playing a quiz in order to like just make sure that what percentage has gone to your brain, or like what you have grabbed within the day. So it will be easy for me to analyze and just get ready for the next week as well. And then we will be having at least two uh, exams as well, exam preparations or dummy mock test as well. So this is gonna be the plan for the next couple of weeks, and the exams gonna be on 19th September. So we have to be ready before that. And with that, it comes to the end of my session. So any questions?
Miss Dular, we have one question
Yeah.
in the chat board. Yeah.
Yes. So yes, Kavindu, this gonna be like huge advantage when it comes to the interviews in our field, because mainly when you go to an interview, they always ask about the basic concepts of the QA, like the QA profession. So basic concepts, basically what are the testing techniques, like how we are gonna report a bug, what are the things that you're gonna include in a test case, all of those things, basics, but in more professional way, right? So when you have, I know that the course modules when it comes to the degree and all, we have those as well, but not to the level of proficiency. It's basically academic level. But when it comes to this, when you complete, or when you go through, when you clear out this exam, you'll get a better understanding about the same concept but with more professional level. So when you answer those questions, y- even you might feel the answer is going to be different, the same answers that you was giving versus that you're going to give after you complete the exams going to be 100% different, because you have the knowledge set of being a professional, because you are at the very first step of being a professional. So it'll be easy for you to clear out the exams as well. And from my end, I completed ISTQB before I start my career. I started in 2020 March end. So before that, have completed the ISTQB. So it made me easier in order to answer all the questions. And when I start the internship, I applied for a lot of companies, but I didn't get any hearing from any of the companies other than 99X. So that was my first and the last option that I have to tackle. So fortunately, I have completed the ISTQB Foundation, and I went through the interview. Like it was just my first and only interview that I have faced uh, in order to get a job, like after the graduation, or like during my internship, or during being undergraduate. That's the first and only interview that I have faced. And ISTQB, of course, it helped me a lot when answering the questions. Yeah. Thank you, Kavidu. And also, there's a myth. I have to say this as well. There's a myth where like people say, okay, if you want to be a QA, it's, you have to just start from the automation. You have to be a pro in the automation. The manual testing, nobody's gonna like it, or nobody's gonna have you. But that is, it's, even I had the same feeling when I was an undergraduate, but that is so wrong. Why? Because in order to be a good automation engineer, you have to have the basic, which means you have to come from being a manual engineer with all the concepts, and then only you have to go and be a automation engineer. So if you want to be an automation engineer without the basics, I'm pretty sure that career ladder gonna collapse in the middle way. So you have to have a proper foundation with all the concepts and everything. And there are clients, like you might have heard of Kahoot. So I have been working in Kahoot like for 4+ years. I have been working with them as their main tester. So in that case, they don't like automation. Kahoot is a gaming platform. They have like more interactive components and all. So they always want us to do manual testing other than the automation. So there are some clients out there like that as well. Yeah. And any questions or anything?
Yeah, I think,
Uh,
yeah.
yes. So yes, Mohammed. You have to have the ISTQB Foundation level. If you are planning to go as a QA engineer or like if you are planning to come as a QA engineer to our industry, you have to have the ISTQB Foundation level. At least you have to clear that off. It'll be more valuable even though you're a undergraduate or graduated. It'll be more valuable for you.
Yeah, so since we don't have questions at the moment, so guys, you can ask questions in the chat bot while I'm talking. So I'll explain what are the next steps. So, guys, let's start the first step to be a QA engineer. So it will be CTFL exam, Certified Tester Foundation level exam. So uh, you can start it immediately. So there will be exams on September. So this will be a 3 months course. So you it will be covering everything you need to know to face CTFL exam. So this will be conducted on Sunday 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and all the lecture recordings will be provided, and you will get a lifetime access to our LMS because මොකද සමහර අයින්ට පුළුවන් ටිකක් කල් ගිහිල්ලා ආපහු knowledge එක ඒ කියන්නේ refresh කරගන්න ඕනේ අය. So එහෙම අයට ඕගලොන්ට ඇක්සස් හම්බෙනවා අපේ LMS එකට ඕගලොන්ගේ ජීවිත කාලය පුරාවටම. ඉතිං මේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක 12th තමයි ස්ටාර්ට් කරන්න පොඩි දවස් කීපයක් තියෙන්නේ. ඉතිං ඒ වගේම so as an institute, we'll be providing main things that for a student. So you will be getting student support throughout the process of process to be a QA engineer, and our Madam Dulari and the team will be guiding you for your exams and everything, and you will be getting easy access to the lecture recordings, LMS notes, and everything, as I said, and step by step to the ISTQB exams and access to the career guidance community. ඉතින් අර ඕගොල්ලන්ට jobs හොයාගන්න ඕනේ නම් ඕගොල්ලෝගේ career එක growth කරගන්න ඕනේ නම් ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකේ තියෙන හොඳම jobs එක අපේ ඉන්ස්ටිටියුට් එකෙන් හදලා තියෙනවා කමියුනිටි එකක්. ඒ කමියුනිටි එකට ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඇක්සස් හම්බෙනවා මේ කෝස් එකට එන්රෝල් වුණොත්. ඉතින් that's one of the main thing. You will be getting direct access for that. So the payment details will be there are three options. So first option is you can do a one-time payment for 12,000 LKR, and there's a second option that you can do installments, which is first installment will be 10,000 and second installment will be 5,000. And then the third option, if you have three or more friends or students or colleagues, per student will be 10,000 for the entire course. ඉතිං මේ ඔප්ෂන්ස් තුනක් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් මේ ඔප්ෂන්ස් තුනෙන් එකක් ඕගොල්ලන්ට තෝරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඕගොල්ලෝට ගෲප් එකක් ඉන්නවා නම් ළමයි 3 දෙනෙක් හෝ ඊට වඩා වැඩි ප්‍රමාණයක් එක ළමයෙක්ගේ කෝස් ෆී එක වෙන්නේ 10,000 විතරයි. නැත්තම් උඩ ඔප්ෂන්ස් දෙකට ඕගොල්ලන්ට යන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම දැනටමත් ළමයි කීප දෙනෙක් enroll වෙලා ඉන්නේ. So we have already enrolled students. So be hurry guys. So you will be getting the enrollment links and everything in the groups and in the chatbot as well. So you will be you can enroll as soon as possible. මොකද මේක විශේෂයෙන්ම කියන්න ඕනේ ක්ලාස් එකට කට්ටිය වැඩි වුණොත් ඒ කියන්නේ ලිමිට් එකකට තමයි ගන්නෙ. ඒ ක්ලාස් එකේ ඉඩ වැඩි වුණොත් we are not taking any more students. So that's actually the quality maintenance of our institute. That's usual procedure. So exam informations මම හිතන්නේ Madam Dulari කිව්වා. So I'll just go through that. So certification is offered by ISTQB International Software Testing Qualification Board. This is the offer body of the qualification, and the exam will be the first step to be a QA engineer, certified tester foundation level certification, and the mode of delivery will be a exam, and the body in Sri Lanka that is conducting this exam is Sri Lanka Software Testing Board, and your exam fee will be 15,000. This will be your exam fee, and the exam structure will be there will be 40 questions and total 40 points. So the passing score will be 26, and you will be getting uh, 60 minutes plus another 15 minutes because we are a non native language. මොකද අපේ English native language එක නොවර නිසා අපිට extra මිනිත්තු 15ක් වගේ කාර්යයක් අපිට හම්බ වෙනවා. ඉතින් ඕක තමයි exam structure එක. So you can do your payments to these payment details as soon as possible. So deadline will be 11th July. 11 ජුලයි කිව්වට as I said ක්ලාස් එක ෆුල් වුණාම එතනින් එහාට ගන්නෙ නැහැ. සෙප්ටැම්බර් එක්සෑම් එකට ෆේස් කරන්න ඉන්න අයට තියෙන ඉන්ටේක් එකට. So as soon as possible දැම්මම ගිහිල්ලා register වෙන්න, and you can contact us through these numbers, and you can visit our website, you can send emails or contact or WhatsApp anything. So we'll be there to assist you, and thank you for participating in this Sunday morning. And if you have any questions you can ask now. Yes, if you have any questions you can directly ask from Ms. Dulari or in the chat box. All right, guys. So, since we don't have any questions at the moment, we can wrap up the session. So, if you have any questions regarding the course or anything else regarding the any other courses as well, we have a lot of IT courses. So, you can directly contact Infotech College of Business IT throughout our socials or in our WhatsApp, email, anything. So, yeah. So and kind reminder, so you have to register as soon as possible. මොකද ක්ලාස් එක ෆිල් වුණාට පස්සේ එතනින් එහාට ආපහු ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස්ලා ගන්නෙ නැහැ 11th ඩෙඩ්ලයින් එක තිබ්බට. ඉතින් ඉක්මනට ගිහිල්ලා ජොයින් වෙන්න, ඉක්මනට ගිහිල්ලා රෙජිස්ටර් වෙන්න. So you can start your first step to be a QA engineer now. So all the best to you guys in the future. So